Hello everyone and welcome back to Codebase channel. Here you learn about web development skills and other tech related skills. And in today's class we are going to cover the CSS Flex. Now in the last class we did CSS Grid. We were supposed to do Flex then as well, but I decided to cut the class short so that you guys can assimilate Grid properly. But in this class we are going to touch the CSS Flex. So before we start, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and also please do remember that we are at Codebase, we take on web tech projects. That means if you have any web development project, UI UX project, data analysis and the sort, feel free to contact us so that we can help you undertake your project. So without further ado, let's begin today's lecture. So in our last class we touched the CSS Grid and we were able to achieve something like this, and I showed you how to do it and I also explained it. So in this class we are going to touch the Flex. The Flex is actually not that big a topic, so we're just going to run through it quickly, and then we're going to move on to the next topic, which is CSS forms. That's what we're going to do next. So let us begin. So in the last class I typed this thing right here, and if you not typed it, you can easily type it out now so that you can make use of it in this class. And I said that the display flex allows elements to be displayed as a flexible container, thus its child elements automatically adapt to its size. And I'll show you what this thing means. Okay, so if you come to your CSS code here, let us quickly target the three sections, that is left, right, left, center and right. Let's target the three of them. So I'm going to say dot left. I'm going to give it a background of maybe hashtag CC 5500, and okay, let's just give it padding. Okay, padding, all round padding should be 12 pixels by 18 pixels. That should be okay. So then I'm going to target the dot center. Background should be hashtag, I don't know, let's say blue. No, let's say indigo, with the same padding, 12 pixels by 18 pixels. And we target right as well. Dot right, which is the class background violet. Is there violet? Okay, violet. And padding should be 12 pixels by 16 pixels. Okay, so if you come to your browser, this is what you should have down here. It doesn't look like much yet at the moment, but just calm down, we'll see. So this is how I work. Look at how it looks like now. By default, all our elements is displayed as static. You guys remember this. Every element in what HTML is displayed in static format, and because it's a static, they appear in block format. That means they appear vertically, not horizontally. That's how all our elements appear by default with HTML. But when we apply flex to the general container, that is to this general container, now you will see what's going to happen. When we apply flex to this class here, there's a certain difference that will happen. So let me say dot flex. Remember, the name of this class is just for sample. You don't have to name your class flex. It is not wrong, but it is not necessary either. So let's move on. So that's what this, give it display flex, and say let the width of this thing be maybe 40%. Okay, let's say 60%. Then we'll come back to the browser, and as you can see, the elements have automatically changed the way they appear. Can you see it now? The left, center and right have automatically changed the way they appear. The left stayed on the left side, the center came to the middle, and this thing, the right came to the top. That is because the element, its child element, these three other sections here, these three subsections, have automatically adapted to its new size. This is the result of the display flex, which automatically enables our elements to appear in what, like a vertical format, but it is not really appearing in a horizontal format. It is more like the elements, the child elements, are adapting to the size of the parent element. Alright, that's what it means. That's what this display flex simply does. And this thing also works even if you say the width of this thing should be 100%, 100, it still adapts to the size. Alright, now the reason why this thing is as small as this is because we've actually not given it its own width, its own respective width. But once we do that, the stuff will automatically adjust, and that is just display flex. Then let us say you want to also manipulate how they appear. Like this one should not be, like you want to put space between them, proper space, you want to properly adjust them. All you have to do is simply target the elements, their subsections individually. So what I'll do is I'll come to this dot left up here. I'll give it justify self. Now this justify self means justify this section itself, adjust this section itself to the start. Okay, here we don't say left and right, we say justify self start, or justify self center, or justify self end. So justify self to the start, come to the center here, justify self center, and to the right justify self end. And if you come back to your browser, give it its own respective width. Width should be 20%. What am I doing? Let's just copy this. I don't need to retype it. Pardon me. Okay. And now let's give them padding in between. Margin here. 20 pixels. And you can see the space. You can see our elements are properly positioned right now, right? So that is the work of the display flex. All right, it allows the child elements, its subsections, to adjust themselves according to the size of the parent element. It just creates a flexible container. That is what display flex simply does. It's not too complex like that. And we are still going to make use of it when we do the second practical. That's why I say let me introduce it to you guys. Okay, so with this we are done with the CSS display grid and display flex. Now, the next topic I said we are going to touch is the CSS display. I say the CSS display, the CSS forms. We are going to touch the CSS form. Now, I believe you guys did form in HTML, but we are now going to make use of it in CSS. And that means what we are going to do is we are just going to style up the form. Alright, but for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a simple practical to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to give you guys something. I want to give you guys a simple practical to do, something that should be easy for you guys to do with either the display flex or the display grid. Okay. Now, if you want to know where you can apply this display flex, you can apply this display flex to something like your navigation bar. Now, I'm sure you guys have browsed several sites before. You browsed several websites, you've gone there, and you've noticed their nav bar usually have like 3 sections. The logo will be one side, the navigation side, the navigation will be in the middle. That is the links to other pages in the site will be in the middle of the navigation bar. Then at the end of the site, that is at the last side, you will see where they put like a button or a search bar or something like that. I'm sure you guys have seen something like that in most sites. Okay, so you can use something like display flex to do it. Let's do a quick example here before I give you guys the practical. Let me draw a simple nav. I'll say nav bar greater than div dot times 3. That's all. So I'm going to give this one from left menu, logo, right menu, center menu, nav links, and right menu, and buttons. Let me just put it like that. We are not doing an actual stuff here. So to this our nav tag here, we can simply give it the class of what? Display flex. You can come and say .nav bar. Remember, if you want to target any class, you use the dot character followed by the name of the class to target it in CSS. Then I'll say display this nav bar as a flexible box. Give it a width of 100 VW, which is view width. Let's say a height of 62 pixels and a background of maybe hashtag. Let's give it let me say hashtag 000, but it's not going to be black, it's going to be light hash. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit of gray. And let's come and take a look at the nav band. This is it right here, right? Then let's split up its content. So I got to say dot left menu, give it a width. Let's say let the width of this nav bar be 30% of the 100 VW. So we say 30%. Justify self start, and padding, all around padding. Okay, let's not give it padding. Let's just say margin 20 pixels. I'm going to copy this exact thing. Then we're going to target the center menu and right menu. Paste it here. So we're going to give this justify self center and justify self end. And if we come back here, you can see the way the nav bar appears now. The logo is here, the nav links is here, and the button is here. So with the flex, you can easily split up your nav bar. You can do the same thing with the display grid. Alright, it just depends on how you want to apply them. That is all. Okay. So you know what? let's leave the practical alone. Let's leave the assignment alone. We're going to give you guys that one later. Don't worry. All right. For now, practice your CSS display flex. Practice your CSS display grid. Get used to it. Okay. Master it. Use it to position your elements. And in the next video, we're going to touch the CSS fonts. So we're going to stop here for today. Please do remember that to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, if you have any project you want to undertake, please feel free to contact us as we take on different tech projects. And please do not forget, you can join our community platforms to interact with other people or to get into indirect contact with us if you have any questions relating to this course, to the video you just watched. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video later.